So my name is Liam Sheridan. I'm a jiu-jitsu practitioner. I started jiu-jitsu in about 2017. The first 6 months that I was doing it, I was seeing a girl and I wasn't too consistent at the time because obviously my priorities weren't straight. So I was only training maybe about 2 or 3 times a week, and I didn't really have the passion and the love that I do for it now. So after I unfortunately broke up with this girl, I started training at Kowloon Jiu-Jitsu, and my friend Soon, who was taking the manager role, he was leaving the position. So essentially his role opened up so that I could come in. So I took over his role and started training there full time and working there full time, which allowed me to be on the mats consistently, and that allowed me to really fall in love with the sport. So it allowed me to train 2-3 times a day. I was consistently there on the mats, drilling, studying technique, learning from people. And when I was able to study and learn and go deeper into the sport and learn about the meta of things, about like different angles and different positionings, and that's when I really started to fall in love with the art of jiu-jitsu. I don't think many people understand the dedication it takes to stay persistent at this sport, especially since it's so easy to get injured and to face so many adversities, and just to overcome it. I think that's one thing I would want people to know about me, is that I haven't given up and I'm not going to give up. I definitely have a really good group of not only close friends, but good mentors. So like Connor, Soon, Fabio, Doug, those guys, they really help push me in the sport, and they're all better than me. So it causes me to want to be better. Being in that surrounding and being surrounded by those guys and constantly getting my ass kicked, it's a reminder that I need to push myself and that I need to improve. And that's what I love about the sport as well, is that you can improve every day. You can study a new technique every day and you can implement it into your game. And I think that's just something that's it's like a video game. You learn new moves or you learn new concepts, and then you can apply them immediately. And yeah, it's awesome. So far, my achievements, they haven't been too big. I've won some local tournaments. So 4 stripes, under 76 kg blue belt. I won that, and then I also won the purple belt. So that was in gi, and then I won the purple belt under 76 kg no gi. But now I'm going to compete in Thailand in the Abu Dhabi Jiu-Jitsu Pro, so I would like to have that underneath my belt as well. And then I hope to see a lot of more competitions this year as well as a purple belt. Back in about 2019, I really fucked up my knee. I've had so many injuries with my knees before, like sprained them, my MCLs. I've had surgery on this knee before as well. So I essentially tore the MCL, ACL, PCL, and LCL. So I completely jacked up the whole knee, and I needed surgery on this knee from playing rugby. And then, so this knee, yeah, it wasn't too good to start off with. And I started, that happened during rugby, and I got into fitness first, actually, to rehab myself. And I feel that that's one of the things that has allowed me to overcome any adversities that I've had during jiu-jitsu. So like when I've had like an MCL sprain, or I've injured myself in some way, I've been able to rehab it through just like personal experience of being a PT and weightlifting. So I know how to essentially train in a smart way so that I can recover myself to come back even stronger and even better. So I feel like when I've injured myself, it's been a massive learning lesson, in that, like a painful learning lesson, in that I know what not to do now, or how not to move my body in a certain way or a certain position, and then how to strengthen and overcome and build myself so that I don't put myself in that situation again. I recently resigned from my current job in order so that I can pursue jiu-jitsu full time. I feel like jiu-jitsu gives my life so much meaning. And it's not just jiu-jitsu, it's also the people that I have around me are such positive influences. So my girlfriend, my closest friends like Fabio, Soon, Doug, Connor, all those guys are really motivating. And they all do jiu-jitsu as well. So that always inspires me to want to better myself. And I feel like that's another philosophy that I take in life is the aspect of like Kaizen and consistent improvement. I feel as human beings, it's important for us to consistently strive to become better creatures. I feel unhappy and unmotivated when we don't really have a mission or a goal. So another person who influences me in a positive way is Jordan Peterson. That guy, he really has inspired me to achieve the most in my life and to become as successful and as best of a human being as possible. So best piece of advice I would give for someone training jiu-jitsu is take it slow. Especially when you're starting off, it's so easy to just focus on trying to use power and strength to overcome your opponents. But jiu-jitsu, it's called the gentle art for a reason, and it's more about understanding your body and your opponent's body. And I feel like when you don't necessarily understand how to move and you apply too much force in a bad direction, that's when you're going to get injured. So my advice would be to go slow, be willing to put your ego to the side and accept getting passed or accept getting submitted, because understanding that it's not all about strength and it's not all about winning, I think that's really important. So just take your time with the sport. Even if you get put into those bad positions, consistently self-assess yourself, so that you can understand what went wrong and why you were put into that position so that you can become even better. And then understanding those principles will allow you to not get into that position next time. Another piece of advice I would give to people as well doing jiu-jitsu is just consistently study the sport and don't stop. So a lot of people just come to training and they just train without any kind of intention. They just come to the mats, they'll just come and roll. But I feel like if you do that you're not really gonna progress anyway. You need to find a way to better yourself. So whether it be studying your own footage or whether it be studying content online or just having a coach or someone who can talk you through your game and what you're doing wrong, I feel like those are really important things that you can do in order to progress yourself and become better. I'm super grateful that you got to listen to my story, and thanks for listening.